Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Daily Planet podcast. I am your host, Metro Meta, and I am here with.
Marcus Flowers, aka Flo, aka Call Me What You Want, just don't call me lazy, aka One Marcus Flowers on all social media platforms.
And we are here to discuss the first three episodes of the illustrious, the ever beloved, the always wished for, the most anticipated Young Justice cartoon coming back thanks to the DC app. Gotta love that corporate synergy right there.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll see how long this DC app lasts. The numbers aren't that good, but continue.
hey man, I got my show back. That's all I care about. Really is. But we got the first three episodes of Young Justice, which was honestly the most anticipated show coming onto this app. For those of you guys who don't know, Young Justice was a cartoon that debuted on Cartoon Network when I was a child. I actually watched this show weekly when it first came out. It got canceled two seasons in, and everybody cried. But they brought it back for the DC app, and they released the first two episodes. So let's get a hot or cold on this first. Marcus, are you hot or cold on this?
So I'm pretty much in with the first three episodes of Young Justice. I really like where they're taking it. I really are we gonna just start reviewing now or
I just trying to get your
yeah
initial.
I liked it. I liked it. I feel like the animation took kind of a step back, but but the themes were much darker. So I think I'm going to be looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm all in. What about yourself?
Yeah, so as I said, I watched this when it first came out, and like you said, they did change the animation. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I think it's close enough that I don't mind it, but I'm really hot on this. Like one of the things that Young Justice was always good at was is always getting at this conspiracy. Like you had the light in like the first few seasons. Like it was less of a superhero genre and more of like an espionage. It felt more like everybody was conspiring. Like honestly, if DC was ever trying to rebuild their cinematic universe and go straight in with the new like interconnected world instead of this Elseworld thing that I think they're going on. I feel like if they're gonna start that, I feel like they should start with Young Justice. I feel like instead of skip Batman, skip Wonder Woman, skip Superman, skip all of them, and go straight to Young Justice, go straight to their sidekicks, because that's the more relatable story right there, and it feels bigger, and that's what I liked about Young Justice was Young Justice managed to feel bigger and make human characters like difficult to deal with. Like Young Justice managed to make intercontinental and like political drama the actual like core of the show. Like they had this big push on making like the light feel dangerous, not because the light had powers, but because the light was planning stuff and they had like 5 steps ahead. So that's one of my favorite things about this show. And they continued it. They continue this and this. You have the light in this show, and they continue to make moves and counter moves. Um, but let's start off with the first episode. So Marcus, why don't you run us down the first episode?
Okay, so the first episode is titled Prince's All, and the synopsis says a continuation of the second season. The team faces the difficulty of meta-human trafficking and a new intergalactic threat. So I really just enjoyed how Aqualad is now the king, not the king, the leader of the Justice League. So shout out to Black Excellence and just like white people. They always gotta hate
Black and
Batman.
LGBTQ excellence. Let's not forget and take that away from my boy Aqualad right there.
Aquaman, no, he was in love with old girl.
He was also gay in the comics. He's always gay.
Well, we're going by the television, and he's not gay in the television
yet.
But so yeah, shout out to that Black excellence. And whenever there's Black excellence, there always has to be white tears. And Batman pulled "This isn't for us." But before that, there was a mission that went wrong, and Black Lightning killed a kid who was like disguised as like a tar baby. And he got a superhero erectile dysfunction where his powers were short circuited and they didn't work.
Yeah. One of the things I like about Young Justice, and it's something they do continuously, is they like to time skip after a season. Season happens, they time skip, and you see how things change. And with Young Justice, just me, someone who grew up with this, you saw so many changes. Like, Miss Martian's now captain of the team. Aqualad's now Aquaman. Nightwing's on his own. He's constantly talking to Barbara Gordon, which was humongously hilarious. You see Artemis with a guy. I don't know if that's like a guy she with or if that's just
no. That's that was actually that was the clone of Roy.
That's who it was. Because I looked at it, I was like, oh, who is that? Who is that? Because we know.
And because remember, because he when Nightwing greeted him, he greeted him as Roy, and he said, "No, my name is Will, I think, or something of that nature, or Bill, something of that nature."
Yeah, he was definitely one of the most interesting characters in the first season. Just his storyline and him messing around with Cheshire, who I still say is one of the greatest villains in DC, and is completely underused.
Yeah, let's get back to the review.
Getting back to the review. Episode 2, run it down.
So yeah, basically, we see Dick Grayson as 00 Bat, 007 as a secret agent, where they are infiltrating a royal party. Do you remember the name of the country? I think it was Bosnia.
It's the one that it's the name of the country that Kid Flash saved. I don't remember it.
It is Bosnia or something of that nature.
Yeah.
But anyway, they are in. It is Nightwing, Artemis, Connor Kent, Jefferson Pierce. They it's called Markovia. They are investigating the human traffic ring in there, and they stumble across another tar baby who once again Jefferson Pierce his superhero erectile dysfunction happens, and he can't use his powers, which means Superboy loses the fight against the tar baby. Then we have Jefferson going unconscious. Artemis runs into another meta who has the power to not die. So I guess that's convenient for now, unless you want to die. But seems pretty cool for now. But so yeah, and they are exploring, and then they find out that it's Count Vertigo who is behind this, and he's just the middleman for surprise, surprise, the Light, who are still there.
Yeah. So, any of you guys, if you remember the original series, Markovia is the country that's across the way from Queen Bee's mind control countries. Shout outs to Beyonce's right there. And that's a lot of stuff happens in that country, honestly. So, basically, ironically, how it runs down in the DC universe is you have Queen Bee's country, Markovia, and then you have Count Vertigo's country. I don't remember the name of that one, but that's the country he's trying to take over. So the Light's basically...
He is from Markovia.
No, it's the other one. It's the one next to him.
No, Count Vertigo is from Markovia.
But this isn't his. He's not trying to be king of this one. It's the other one, because that's the one with the princess that Beast Boy is dating. Yeah, I can't think of a name, but basically what the light was trying to do was get Connect Three, where they have Queen Bee's country, they have Markovia, where they're gonna take over through the uncle, and then they have Count Vertigo's country, where they gotta kill the princess and put him in stall, and it was gonna be a big thing, but it didn't work out. I'm liking the way the story is going on, and this human trafficking, like this human like weapons manufacturing that's going on, because it was sort of like a little plot point in like the earlier seasons, but now they're pushing it. It's just like there's weapons made from our youth, and they're controlling them, and they're doing all this awful things, and you have this push to make these new characters, and they have the ability to make new comic book heroes and new heroes that we've never really seen before, and you just see how these characters grow. Like Beast Boy becomes the actor that the comics have always portrayed him as. Honestly, like he's always the first hero to come out and say I'm an actor and go into TVs, and they do this rip off Star Trek show, which I thought was pretty hilarious. And they had this interview with him. He was like, "Yeah, I'm the first openly meta individual," and I just think because Young Justice is seen as such like a cultural icon, it is like in the heart of the culture, like the ability to talk about just being like both sex positive and just like talking about being out here as an individual and out here as your true self, your own sexuality.
Yep. And now, episode 3 is entitled Eminent Threat. Connor Kent and Prince Byron Markov are in the clutches of Count Vertigo, leaving Dick Grayson, Artemis Crock, and an emotionally damaged Jefferson Pierce to save them, and put it into the Bedlam Syndicate. So this is really like, of course, at the end of the arc, it's always the climax. This is where we get this is where it really starts to turn up. Prince Byron Markov, he gets abducted as well by, not abducted, but they show him the human meta trafficking ring, and then a doctor pushes him into like the capsule where they transform them into their meta forms. And so of course he goes in there and he has the meta gene. So he gets activated, and he has this type of power where he's like lava. He's like human lava, and he can control that. And so he blames his uncle, who is the head of the throne right now, and his uncle was behind the murder of his parents. And so they fight, and then it's revealed that the uncle is also a metahuman, and so they fight. Connor helps. They lose, and then the prince's brother, who he automatically becomes king, but then he banishes Prince Byron from Markovia, and then we have Halo. We think she dies in a battle with another Tar Baby. The Tar Baby turns out to be Otto, who's her older brother, and he dies. So yeah.
That was pretty dramatic. That is something like Young Justice never been like, they've always been capable of like pulling that trigger, but they've done some edgy stuff in the past. Like they've made some incest jokes. They've killed some characters, but that moment when they kill Otto and then they have the characters deal with that and they don't bring him back, that to me was just like, wow, so we really are going down this road.
Yeah. I'm all in. I'm hooked for this.
Definitely. I'm excited to see what happens next in Young Justice. I'm excited to see how they solve these problems, how everything comes together, and see the original team back in there because I know it gotta happen once. It's just gotta happen once. So, Marcus, 10 out of 10, would you watch again?
Yes, I would. I actually was watching it before we started recording today.
All right, all right. So that is a breakdown of Young
This
Justice.
comes out on Friday, but on Thursday we had a one shot with we were reviewing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and we also reviewed we had a double review. We reviewed issue 1 of Captain Marvel and the second Captain Marvel trailer.
A lot of content coming out this week. So much we took a break, but there's so much new content. Brand new Metro Meta came out like a couple days ago. Our first video podcast. Shout outs to that. So check that out. Give us some feedback on that. We had Dust Off the Cartridge and Super Flow Bro come out on Wednesday, which was amazing. Two podcasts, so two of our biggest podcasts coming out in one day. So check and make sure to leave a review because it really helps us out. We're really trying to make sure that 2019 is the year where our podcast makes it. So everybody come out, support your boys, and have a good night.
Yeah, and just a couple last things. Make sure you are following us on all social media platforms. Follow us on Twitter at 26 and G. Follow us on Instagram at 26 and Glencoe. Follow us on Facebook at 26 and Glencoe Media Network. Follow us on YouTube at 26 and Glencoe Media Network. Follow us on Twitter. Follow myself on social media at One Marcus Flowers. Follow Morgan on social media at Metro Meta 26. And that is all. And until next time, peace.